To this day. To this day.
Podcast is intended for mature audiences. The views and opinions expressed are those of the panelists and do not reflect in any way those of the podcast partners, sponsors, or affiliates. Enjoy.
BoxingWiz.com.
Man, I feel I'm the best in the sport, and to be the best, you got to be the best.
BoxingWiz.com. One champion, one face, one name. His name's Deontay Wilder. BoxingWiz.com.
It's the fact that I've been one that you've done for the longest time.
110%. There's no doubt in my mind that fight will happen. There's no doubt in my mind I'll beat Wilder as well.
I'm scaring heavyweights each and every time. Don't you see it? You know, I am the most feared. And if I'm not, then I want somebody to shut me up. I want somebody to prove that to me. I want to be proven wrong. But right now, I don't feel like nobody's gonna prove me wrong. Who has the guts?
Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to another episode of the Boxing Voice Radio. I am your host, Nestor Gibbs. Had another computer running in the background, but we are back to discuss some boxing. World Boxing News article, quotes coming from World Boxing News. Obviously had to sit down with Deontay Wilder, and they discussed the Wladimir Klitschko comeback that's still on the table. DAZN is still actively speaking with Wladimir Klitschko, according to World Boxing News. And Deontay Wilder had some very interesting things to say. Now, I voted on doing this particular topic because I felt like, you see, this is what I mean by not all champions are created equal. Because Wilder could have easily jumped at the opportunity to face a Wladimir Klitschko coming back off of these 2-year layoff or 1-year layoff and this loss like others chose to do. And instead he's saying, nah, man, build yourself up. You know, you got to get back up there, you know. And then in great Wilder fashion, he's also saying, because I'm coming in for the kill. So this is what we're going to be talking about. We'll read the direct quotes and give you all the details. But yeah, hit that thumbs up button if you're just joining the live stream. Don't forget, it helps with the visibility of the show. Lets me and Mike know that you enjoy us waking up at 9 a.m. to have this show prepared for you for your commute to work on the Eastern time, 6 a.m. West Coast, 7 a.m. Mountain, 8 a.m. Central, 2 p.m. UK time.
Let's go! Let's go! Let's go! I'm ready!
DAZN production.
I speak it, believe it, receive it. Speak it, believe it, receive it.
BoxingVoice.com.
So when I stop him, y'all gonna say he was too weak. On my mic. He stayed there before he said he was not stopping. A man stand up for what he believe in, and when you stand up for what you believe in, you accept whatever consequences come behind it.
BoxingVoice.com.
Yo, what's up, people out there in TBV universe? Back with another one, man. Deontay Wilder had a nice little interview with World Boxing News where he states that Vlad could be a lot of rumors about him coming back, and that he will want him to build himself up before necessarily getting in the ring with him, but he definitely wants that challenge. He seen Vlad lost to AJ, and he says you can only live off your name for so long. So he wants them to I guess come back and get himself back going again, and then fight him. So we'll break it down. We'll get into it. What's going on, Ness?
Good morning, brother. How are you? What's up? And yeah, man, let's get right into it. Obviously, Deontay Wilder conducted an interview with World Boxing News. And, you know, he said that a imminent return for Wladimir Klitschko is good news. as the deal with DAZN remains in the pipeline. So that's also good news for the heavyweight division, because if it's not the top three, I can think of Junior Fa, Efe Ajagba, Daniel Dubois, Nathan Gorman, even Adam Kovnacki, names like that would value a name like Wladimir Klitschko on their resume for Vlad to do exactly what it is that Wilder is asking him to do. He's saying, hey, man, build yourself back up. He gets no credit for defeating a dude coming off of, a loss and 2 years out the game, and 40-something years old. But I quote, he says, we'll still have to see what he does. Let him get back in there and build him up. Look, Klitschko, when he fought 3-belt champion Anthony Joshua, he was out for 2 years. He came back and lost, so he got to build himself back up. Now, look, he didn't take any shots at Joshua for doing it that way, but he's just basically saying after losing to Joshua, he's got to build himself back up. And I agree with Wilder. No one would give him credit for fighting Vlad right now. So a build-up sounds good. Maybe a Joe Joyce, that's in the UK. Who else could he face? After Fury's done with Schwartz. Schwartz is a German, right? Isn't he from Germany? There you go. Hometown fight. Maybe that can work. Again, it only took Fury, Pantera, and Safari to come back, so Klitschko doesn't need much.
I was looking at the story, and it's like been the same thing for months and months now. Is Klitschko gonna come back? Is he gonna come back? As a deal out there on the table. How sure are we that this deal is out there on the table, though? I know Shelley said something about it, but Jonathan Banks said something when he was interviewed about being Gennadi's new coach. He said Klitschko has no interest in coming back. So, I'm sure they got their sources and they got their people on the inside. So I'm just curious if he's coming back. What's the wait?
Well, it's not that he's coming back, right? He's been offered to come back. He's got to take it. The deal's got to be right. For one, his brother said, sweeten it up, make it $100 million, and he'll be back for sure. He being Vlad, but his brother being Vitaly, saying that in an interview, like, look, you guys want this guy to come back. 60 is cool, but offer him 100, I'm sure he'll be back. So that hasn't happened yet. It all depends on which entity values that name. It's what I'm saying. I already know it's not going to be Showtime. I'm not going to sit here and play devil's advocate and all that good shit, because it's not going to be Showtime. All they do is drop the ball. Why would they invest in Wladimir Klitschko so that Adam Kovnacki and, who else they got over there? Luis Ortiz, so that those guys could build resume. Why would they do that? Because if they were going to do that, they would have been done that for Wilder, which they haven't. So, this is an ESPN DAZN pickup. If anybody wants him, it's going to be ESPN and DAZN to pick this guy up.
I think if you're Vladimir, you're looking for like a Steve Rose kind of opponent, somebody that's not really like a Kownacki or a Ortiz, you know what I'm saying? You look for somebody off a 2-year, 3-year layoff, you can come back and get the ring rust off with.
I totally agree with you. And if it's a DAZN deal, they gave Triple G Steve Ross. They'll do it. If it's a DAZN deal, they gave Canelo Alvarez fucking Rocky Fielding. They'll do it. He's just got to sign. And again, what's it going to take?
I wonder would they give Vlad like a guy like Michael Hunter?
That sounds doable for him. Him and his team could sit back and say this guy started at cruiserweight. Yeah, he's younger. Mm-hmm. Yeah, he's fast, but he hasn't been on this experience. I'm heavier. I can lean on him the way that I do. Listen, I want you to do like I do. Hit that thumbs up button. It helps with the visibility of the show. It lets us know that you enjoy these morning shows. And, it's damn right disrespectful to have this many people watching live and that little bit of thumbs up. I just don't get it. Coffee, boxing, morning. We should be doing it together. But listen, look, if you're Bob, does this interest you? Does a Fury Vlad ESPN rematch interest you, knowing that the CompuBox was 84 punches total between the both? Can they do a better job if Bob promoted it? Would the fight turn out different?
maybe you'll get another a different Vladimir Klitschko in there, but I don't necessarily think you'll get another Fury. I think Fury got a game plan that he'll stick to against Vlad, but I do think Vlad was a little bit more aggressive in the AJ fight than he was in the Tyson Fury fight. So in my opinion, if Vlad was to come back and fight a guy like Fury, it wouldn't be straight away. But I feel like that he might have a better performance than what he did last time because maybe he won't be as timid as he was the first fight.
I mean, if Matchroom can get Klitschko, they got the AJ rematch, right? That's a given. They can do that. They can do an AJ rematch. Doesn't matter how old Klitschko is, they're gonna buy it. Let him lose, tune him up again with like a Carlos Takam, something, a Stefan Safari, Tom Schwartz. You bring him back, and then boom, you give him to Dillian White. Dillian needs this name. I'm telling you, there's fighters out there that need this name. Luis Ortiz needs this name. Dillian White needs this name. Joe Joyce can use this name. You know, Dubois can use this name. F.A. Ajagba, Adam Kavnaki, Luis Ortiz for sure can use this name to get some sort of validity and credibility in the division outside of a Wilder loss. Oscar Rivas would drool, you know, at the opportunity of getting this name. Joseph Parker, what? He would go crazy for this name. Dude, right now, I know that fight fans are probably not happy because they're like, yo, why? He's old. But right now, AJ would take a rematch with Vlad. Wilder would take a fight. He's obviously saying he would once Vlad built himself up. I think ESPN, I don't know if ESPN and Tyson Fury would take it because that first one just was so ugly. It just
I don't think Bob wanna roll them dice like that, man. He like, man, fuck, that first fight was tough, and if I got something to sell on ESPN, how can I run the highlights back? You know what I'm saying? And have these fans actually want to see that fight. But I mean, maybe Fury can talk it up like he does and possibly sell it.
But listen, DAZN does this one, right? If they pick him up, they could do Alexander Povetkin versus Vladimir Klitschko in Germany. Rematch. That's a tune-up for Vlad. He's just too small. Vlad bodied him the first time.
What the fuck?
So many names, bro. So many. Philip Hargrovic, man, he would love Vladimir Klitschko. Andy Ruiz would love Vladimir Klitschko. So many names.
Nigga, Billy Joe look like he what Billy Joe been doing? Damn. But
he got nice and in shape in 2 months. I mean, look, 60 days of hardcore training and dieting, who knows what you can do.
I
know that there's some people that are going to speculate, some people that are going to assume because, you know, he was with Dominic Ingle and Ingle, you know, had the good old nasal spray. And I think even Billy Joe tested positive for some nasal spray in the U.S., not in the U.K. You know, again, he's probably using the nasal spray. It's legitimate over there. And the fight's taking place over there. So they're not going to test them and say, hey, you're using this in competition. They're going to say, hey, you trained with this. Now you're not using it for today's competition. So, you know, another story, another day, another podcast.
I was just saying that he looks good at the weight 168. Looks strong. Looks very strong. But anyway, back to Vlad.
He's cut up, man. He's cut up, as Delmonte Rock likes to say. You know, cut up like a bag of dope.
Don't bring it. No, don't do that. I don't think ESPN will offer that $100 million deal to Vladimir Klitschko. I don't think ESPN will come off that.
I mean,
that
remember,
kind of money.
that's Vitali asking for that. Doesn't mean you get 100.
I mean, if you're the zone and you heard Vitali say, and you seen with them offer Wilder 120, if you're Vitali in your mind, should you think you're worth that too, right?
Yes and no. If you're Vitali, you're probably within reason. You understand that you're 41, 42 years old. You understand you've lost your last 2 fights. You understand that in the last 4 years you've only had 2 fights. You understand that Wilder has the WBC title that you don't have. It's different. You can't just say Wilder's getting 120, I deserve 120. That ain't the way the shit works. You know what I mean? Wilder's working on his 9th defense. Say what you want, but he's working on his 9th defense.
And you say
Klitschko's working on his 2nd loss, going for a 3rd. Can he get out of the hole?
I've been heavyweight champion for over a decade. My name is my name is pretty much synonymous with heavyweight boxing right now.
Yeah, that's why you get a little
and you guys want me. You guys need me. You guys don't have a big opponent for AJ. If you guys want to build it up right, you seen our first fight. Y'all know what I'm worth.
Nah,
you know what I'm saying? Hey, he might get in his bag. You know what I'm saying? He might start talking that ish.
Nah, champ, you wildin'.
You don't think so? You don't think Klitschko can talk his way into $80 to $100 million deal?
I mean, yeah, for like a 6-fight deal, and each installment is per fight.
6 fights?
They're not giving you. Listen, they're not giving you $100 million up front, and then AJ knocks you out. You get a Tom Schwartz tune-up, and then Dillian White knocks you out, and what? My man is gonna be like, yo, I'm done. Fuck the mother four. So it's in installments. It's got to be a Tyson Fury ESPN deal where they like, yo, we giving Fury 80, to 105 mil. He could earn up to that, but he got to win.
My nigga said, fuck the motherfucker. he gonna win. He gonna get his ass beat.
I did math wrong anyway. That was 3, so it was fuck the mother 3. But like, that's how he gonna be. You know what I'm saying? But if you're a broadcaster, that's what you do, because you solidify the big fight for your cash cow, then you solidify the big fight for your secondary guy. So if you're AJ in DAZN, Matchroom, boom, AJ Vlad rematch over there again. Then Dillian White comes up, scoops it behind him. Unless by then, keep in mind, Klitschko brothers already work with Usyk. I know Matchroom is promoting them, but it's a co-promotion. These guys fuck with Usyk, K2.
K2.
Yeah, of course, K2 is Vladimir. So imagine,
Usyk,
yes, man, yes, he's fucking K2.
Under K2, I thought he was under like Solid.
Hell no. So imagine if Vlad is like, because if you smart, this is what Floyd never did. Like, fight one of your guys. Pass the torch to your guy. So let's say you go in there, you lose to AJ, but you come back, you beat Schwartz, you beat Dillian White. Then you go and you lose to Usyk. You pass the torch to Usyk and you kept it moving. So many things that could be done if you're Vlad. But look, man, my final thoughts are that I'm just happy to be a fan of Deontay Wilder, the American champion, who is intelligent enough to say, nah, Klitschko needs to build himself up before we could get in there and do the business, because I'm not going to get any credit for it. I got a couple other quotes, and I'll give them. Opening quote says he can only live off his name for so long. You get to the point where you're not that fighter that you used to be. So that was for you. You know what I mean? Wilder continues. I can't say you used to be somebody, because he's still somebody. He's still Klitschko. He did amazing things in his career, and you can never take that back. Even when I went into his camp with him, I learned a lot of things from him. So you can never take that from him.
And that's what I like right there, man. That's what I like, you know what I'm saying? He understanding, you know what I'm saying, that Klitschko is that guy that deserves a certain level of respect, but also taking things from him when he went to camp, you know what I'm saying? They might still use.
He's got over 50 rounds spar with Klitschko.
Yeah. So stuff that he might still use to this day. So I think Wilder's saying the exact things and it's mapping out what Klitschko needs to do exactly to like. I won't just say be a name on Wilder's like resume, but for people to give him credit, because you don't want to fight a guy who's been out of the ring 2.5 years, his first fight back in here. So you want to give him 1-2 fights, then fight him. You know what I'm saying? So I think Wilder hit the nail right on the head with the hammer.
Well, he goes on to say, but the fighting scene, when you come back, you got to build yourself back up, especially against someone like me, because I'm coming in for the kill. I ain't playing with nobody. I don't think he'll want that fight, to be honest, in my opinion. Klitschko had many times to challenge me. Every time he comes back, ain't nobody mentioning Deontay Wilder's name, because they know that this is a tough fight. So obviously there's a long list for this to even happen. We got Brazil Saturday that Wilder has to, get through. Then there's the potential end of the year rematch that was rumored out there with Tyson Fury. So trying to put Klitschko into Wilder plans, he's going to have to let Klitschko top somebody because it's impossible for 2019 and maybe even 2020 unless, again, he lets Klitschko jump the line. Now, Klitschko would have to do something like beat Luis Ortiz or Dillian White to jump the line, in my opinion. But those are my final thoughts, man. We all know that Deontay Wilder has at least two more opponents that don't need to beat Klitschko, and that's Adam Kovnacki and Luis Ortiz. So we'll see, man. We'll see. But there's some interesting things, that have been written, headlines since fight week. Seems that people are feeling that the pressure, since these two men, the last, two belt holders, are fighting so close to each other that there's going to be pressure to make that next fight. Because Wilder, if everything goes good, will be, obligation-free after Saturday night. And then 2 weeks later, Joshua will be obligation-free if he can get past Andy Ruiz.
He won't be obligation-free.
Well, I mean, he doesn't have any mandatories ordered, Mike.
As of yet,
he doesn't have any Mike, you want to write headlines that are not there. He doesn't have any mandatories ordered. So
as of yet, bro, WBA coming down the pipeline.
Really? They called you?
WBO.
They called you?
WBO coming down the pipeline.
Did they call you?
Nah, but
did they write an article?
That's next belt up.
But did they write an article?
Do your research, Ness. You'll find out.
I'm asking you. You're the one announcing it to the audience, so
I'm not announcing anything. I'm saying the WBO mandatory. It's a mix.
You just said WBA.
I'm not giving the date out. I'm not saying who's going to be. I'm telling you that the next sanctioning body belt that he has, the WBO. Sanctioned by the mandatory.
Speculation, Your Honor. Speculation.
Oh, good, man.
Speculation.
Remember to rate us 5 stars on iTunes.
These calls are brought to you by El Camino Electrical Services, experts in electric vehicle charging stations. For consultations and turnkey installation, visit us at elcaminoelectricalservices.com.
Troy, Baltimore, talk to me.
Yes, sir. Good morning, gentlemen. Good morning. Now, I just need you to name me another fighter whose biggest accomplishments in an 11-year career is fighting a top contender and getting a draw with a returning champion, but someone needs to build their name up to fight him. Name another.
Come on, Troy. He wasn't saying the guy needs to build his name up. He's saying he don't want to fight the guy off 2.5 year layoff. He want the guys to come back and get some of that ring rust off him, not just hop in the ring.
He never even said build his name up, but haters gonna hate.
Okay, the point is no, I'm not hating. The point is that he always trains Klitschko. That's a fact. That's not me saying that off the top of my head. He's always training. So what's the need for him to have another fight? He's always training.
I mean, that's your opinion.
Okay. So Troy, Troy, are you saying that you would give Wilder credit for fighting Wladimir Klitschko next off a 2-year layoff and a loss to Anthony Joshua?
Let me explain something to you. I would say that he's up in his. Let me finish. I would say that he's up in his competition, but he's fighting guys that Anthony Joshua has already beat. Why not just fight the man?
Why the fuck do we do this? It's the heavyweight division. It's very, very small. Just because one guy beat that guy, and that guy comes, let me finish. If that guy comes back from his loss and does what he's supposed to do and fights his way to a mandatory position, why not give him another shot? You guys didn't have that fucking same energy when you want him to fight Dillian White. Oh, guess what? AJ already beat Dillian White too. The fuck out of here, man.
Not only that, this is what I'm saying about these fickle-ass boxing fans. Sunday night, everybody was Dick Rod and J-Rock, and they all on here talking about, we shouldn't condemn fighters. But now this little fuckboy talking about, Wladimir Klitschko, he's fighting people AJ already beat. He should just fight AJ. This is what I'm saying. You boxing fans don't deserve to be fans. Like, I don't watch any other sport. You could easily not watch this one. Like, we don't need you. It's very simple. We don't need y'all.
I mean, hold on. Don't say that.
No, we don't. We don't need fans like that.
For what? Yeah, we don't need fans like.
For what?
He ain't buying no pay-per-views.
He ain't buying no pay-per-views, and he ain't staying up late to watch it live, man. Come on, bro. That ain't happening, man. Marcus in D.C., talk to me.
What's going on, Marcus?
We need to do better as boxing fans, man. We need to do better as boxing fans.
I'm kind of torn on this one. Like, I understand him saying, Wladimir take a tune-up, but also in the history of this sport, when great heavyweight champions have retired and came back to challenge the current champion, they didn't really take tune-ups. They might have been out 2.5 years. Fighters like Joe Louis came back.
Don't make me Google George Foreman. Don't make me Google George Foreman and show you that he ain't
George
just
Foreman
fight
came back
fucking
to have a career.
Michael
No. Hold on, listen. George Foreman came back to have a career, okay? First, it started off with him not knowing what he had. He was far further removed from his career than Wladimir is, okay? Heavyweight,
it was out 10 years.
Unlike smaller fighters, don't rely on timing and speed as much. And so a lot of times when they take tune-ups, it is strictly to see if they still have the timing and speed that they need to operate at a smaller weight class. Heavyweights historically have not, because that's not usually the skill sets in which they have operated. We've seen heavyweights who've operated with that skill set.
Don't make me Google Mike Tyson.
That's why I said, listen what I'm telling you. But that's why Mike was an anomaly when he came in. And you just heard me say, we've had some that have come in like that, but for the most part, heavyweights were plodding guys who we always checked in to see because they were one punch away from ending the fight. We all know this, okay? Wladimir will get credit from me if he comes in and he fights the fight that he fought against AJ. I don't think it's as much as if he fights 2 fights against people that are in the script and he beats them, and he puts up a showing like Fury against Wilder, it won't matter that he had the 2 fights. If he doesn't have 2 fights, but he puts up
That's true. That's why you give him the 2 tune-ups. Shake the rust off, man, because you never know. He might be able to pull off a performance like Fury. When he fought AJ, look at what he done off an 18-month layoff without getting them tune-ups. I seen Fury do something. I seen Fury do something that really wasn't expected. I always knew Fury was a dangerous fight. I could be quoted on this show saying that throughout the years. But damn, I ain't think he was going to look that fucking athletic. You know what I'm saying? And he did. So Vlad should take that opportunity. You know what I mean? Go ahead and do your little run. Get your little safaras in there and get it popping. You know what I mean? So that this way, don't nobody try to take credit away from nobody. But let's keep these phone lines moving.
Alabama.
I want Joshua. Joshua, come and see me, baby. No more hiding, no more ducking, no more dodging, no more excuses.
BoxingVoice.com. Yo, hey, what's poppin'? Vlad, don't do it, bro. Don't come back. At least don't come back against Wilder. He not the one to come back against Vlad. We already know Vlad got that sweet chin now, and Wilder got the most power in the heavyweight division. That's a bad combination. And he older. That's a bad combination for Vlad. We talking about Breazeale might die. Vlad might go out. And I mean that seriously. Don't do that for Vlad, man. We ain't seen Vlad go to sleep before. And if you think if Wilder connects on that chin, Vlad not going to sleep, you are mistaken. Vlad will be sleeping.
I mean, he took AJ's best shot and got up.
AJ is not Wilder. AJ is not Wilder. He's not putting people to sleep.
I think last I checked, they got the same knockout percentage.
No. Listen to what I'm saying. I said to sleep. Name the last nigga he put to sleep, Ness.
I don't know.
All right, I can name the last. I can name something for Wilder. You want me to name him? Because I got a list for Wilder.
He knocked out Povetkin.
But he didn't put him to sleep. I am talking about, we might need to go get this stretcher. Because my man's head almost got decapitated.
Let me tell you something. And I'm not trying to be a dick. Like, that's cool. But that ain't a stat on BoxRec. It's still a TKO.
I don't care about stats, Ness. We talking about what we see. Spilker had to go out on the stretcher. Bermain Stavern, he had to go to the hospital. Who else? Lahovich. had a seizure damn near in the ring.
I
Come
mean,
on now.
Lahovic probably was having seizures out the ring, old ass. Come on, bro.
That's crazy.
Yeah, boy, y'all niggas disrespectful, man. What the fuck?
He said that man was having seizures outside the ring.
Outside the ring, they weren't even boxing.
Come on, bro. Come on, bro.
I'm just saying, my man, a little old and shit. Y'all ain't giving out fake credit and shit. Like, yo, listen, B.
Hey, hold on.
Hey, yo, till BoxRec put sleep on the motherfucking BoxRec page, like, it's still KO or TKO, bro. Like, you know.
Hey, my nigga got a lot of KOs on this shit. Then we don't need them fucking T's. You know what I'm saying? Drop them T's.
Yo, that body shit is all over though. You can't even Google his name without seeing the body shit now. I'm telling you, he knew what he did. He knew what he did.
He knew what he was doing, bro.
He knew what he did.
He came in the gym with his shirt off. He walked in the gym with his shirt off. Let everybody know. I ain't fucking around.
All right, so we was looking up. Yeah, they both got 95% KO, and I mean, Joshua got less fights. So, like, stop taking credit, man. Donald, Richmond, California, talk to me.
Rich who?
Richmond, California.
No, you fucked it up.
Oh, that's some football shit?
It's just like some shit you say you went from Richmond. Never mind. Go ahead, Donald. My bad, bro. What's going on?
Mike, man, you so you know so much.
I'm gonna say this.
Young nigga that needs to seem know so much. That was like a rap line. Yo, stop walking over Donald Call too, man.
Man, start doing bail over my nigga.
I think that it's clear that Wilder, he wants the good opponents and he wants to get credit for it. For him to say to Klitschko, like, don't come straight at me because I'm gonna hurt you. Go on and get it together, get some tune-ups. That speaks a lot for Wilder because most people in his position would be like, bring it, you know, and just go ahead and get the Klitschko fight and just fight him, and probably will still get talked down upon. But no, Wilder's different. He's like, nah, go get your shit together and then come holler at me. And you know, I just think that if Klitschko come back, I think a good fight, his first fight come back, I think Joseph Parker will be good because Joseph Parker, he's not like a dangerous puncher, and you know, just like how y'all was saying about Povetkin, you know, Parker, he's not 6'6", 6'7". I think Parker, Povetkin, and Pulev will be good because he already knocked Pulev out before. He already beat Povetkin before. Those would be still good fights for him to come back on. Parker will be a good fight as well because Parker did have the WBO belt. So I think those three names would be definitely good fights. He could probably take two of those guys out of that three, and then from there he can go into Wilder or Joshua or whatever he want to do. I would say that probably would be the best thing for him to do is take two of them three and then go for Wilder or Joshua, you know?
Yeah, that first fight.
I think those opponents are dangerous.
That first one with Parker, man, I don't know, bro. I think that's a little bit too dangerous for your first fight back.
With Parker?
Yeah, man.
I mean, I'm going to be honest, you know, I know you don't like hearing it, but Parker, like, he's like, you know, like, he ain't hitting that hard, so maybe that's an okay fight for Vlad.
Ask Dylan White how hard that man hit.
I don't know.
BoxingVoice.com. It's money to shit. Working that bitch. Ballin' like Swish. Diamonds wet like a fish. Pull up with them sticks. Come fuck with the clique. We fucked on your bitch. She sucking the dick. I'm whipping it up.
Yo.
Hey, yo. What's going on? It's your boy H Money, Mr. DAZN, the Boxing Voice 2019 Rookie of the Year. And I want to say, this Saturday, I want everybody to wear all black because it's going to be a funeral. Dominic Breazeale, I want to see Deontay Wilder catch the body. I want to see it, bro. You know what I mean? He said he want to do it. You know what I mean? He been said that. They trying to say he clout chasing. They trying to say he trying to get fame. He trying to build up the fight. He been said this on a Breakfast Club a year ago. So you can't say that. And if you seek, you shall receive. Deontay Wilder will catch the body this Saturday. Everybody tune in because it's going to be a classic. The best heavyweight on the planet, the WBC champion, Deontay Wilder. And he gonna make a great fight happen, and DAZN going to raise the offer. This going to raise the price up. His profile went up once again because he's smart. He know how to sell a fight. All these other fighters, take notes. Watch Deontay Wilder. He'll teach you how to sell a fight because now this is a pay-per-view fight. They could have put this on pay-per-view, and I'm Mr. DAZN. We trying to bring him home. Hey, yo, Ness, send a message. H-Money want him. Let's go. I'm still waiting for him. Deontay Wilder, the best heavyweight of all time, is going down. Let's go.
Hey, man, you know you got some motherfucking influence when you got guys nigga talking in Bible verses now. You ask and you shall receive.
Yeah, I mean, look.
And then Deontay got people talking in Bible verses now, bro. What's going on, man?
Shout out to B. Paulie with the super chat. The super chat says, Champ Bomb Squad! Let's go out to pound for pound supporter in the Nolia on V.
Rhythm and violence, what's going on,
hear me? Mr. Don't talk to me. Mr. One Time here, man. Mr. One Time. Yo, look, I'm buying my man pay-per-view. Question next, did he support his fighter? I just want to know. Did he support his motherfucking fighter when he bought on pay-per-view?
Oh, he come on that day.
I was told, Mike told me he was going to buy it. He said he just said that on the show.
You know what Mike did? Mike gave us the best pay-per-view of my life. I ain't never seen a pay-per-view so clear on the bootleg channel, but I ain't going to say nothing. I digress.
Hey, don't say shit.
Hey, I digress. Boomerang my time right now. I digress, motherfucker. We could talk later on the chat. But anyway,
go ahead. My bad. Damn.
Look, Deontay stirred something to me yesterday that I think we need to start talking about this rare air, this rare feeling that fighters rarely ever get. If you, I know you don't watch nothing else but boxing, but you got to go watch an interview with ESPN. Them men was in that room and they were scared to fucking death of Deontay Wilder.
What man?
Mike, Max Kellerman, and Stephen A. They were leaning back as though if they said something stupid, Deontay might come across and slap the taste out of their mouth. The fear that them two, like when there was a Fury fight, you could tell it was more like Deontay, welcome to ESPN.
Let me find out. Nolia is part of the UK.
Yeah, man, he's sponsored by Jack and Khan.
Or by Metro PCS. Oh, I blamed him, but it might be Skype restarted. Sorry, guys.
R&B.
Yo, so how do you feel about people? I've seen some verified accounts quote tweeting Deontay Wilder's, stuff about wanting to catch a body, and they're just like, oh, this is appalling. This is horrible.
I figured out, man.
WBC should do something. But this is where I want to end that. They called him a thug because he said that.
He a black dude. I mean, what the public always think about black guys, that we are thuggish or we have a bad persona, or since we talk the way we talk, or we're voices that we somehow should be stigmatized or labeled as a thug. I mean, it's not really a headline in America nowadays. When somebody is fearful or not quite sure of how you're gonna act or how you're gonna talk, or are not used to you talking that way, or is not used to the fight game, they may look at you like that. So I think people get carried away with that word, and I really don't like it because Deontay Wilder is the WBC heavyweight champion of the world. He's a business owner. He's a property owner. He's a good father. He's far from being a thug. You know what I'm saying? So I think that was a bad choice of words for whoever those verified publications were. But I did see some stuff that I just thought, man, there's some haters out here in the world. World Star had that clip where he said he wanted a body, right?
Yeah.
3, 4, 5 hours later, they got a clip of Deontay Wilder amateur fight, the one he lost over in Russia. Yeah, they.
Mike went out. Let me go ahead and get to pound for pound supporter on V.
Heavy is the head. Heavy is the head.
Yo, you went out for a bit, champ. So you said they put something out in Russia or something like that.
Oh yeah, they put the amateur video out where he lost in Russia to the guy in the blue when he was in all red. And I was just saying, man, heavy is the head that wears the crown. On, sometimes you get people are going to take shots at you when you're on that high plateau or high or doing great in your field of choice.
I mean, that's how it is, though. Listen, if you don't accomplish anything, no one can't dig up your past or dig up any of your, lackluster moments. But because you are who you are, they're going to find whatever dirt they can find to defame you. Especially when, like he likes to say, you're a black man with an opinion. But let's get back to these callers. Let me get to, is RMV here? RMV, are you there? No, he is not. No, he's not. No, he's not. But in the meantime, it looks like we got Jack is the Truth.
What's going on, Akin?
Yeah, what's good, man? What's good? Just a little bit of perspective, because I know we're joking around, but I don't think H Money's comments about us wearing black because we want to see a body, I don't think it makes any sense. Just picking on what Mike said, he's a black man. We shouldn't refer to him as a thug because he's a black man. But I just like to say, Tyson Fury, he became the first British undisputed heavyweight champion, and he was shunned because of the things that he used to say. So we have a responsibility not to make this about race.
Jack,
if a white
but you know that Tyson Fury is from the United Kingdom, and you guys are a lot more sensitive. He was shunned by the BBC. He was punished by them, and he was discredited by UK media. Not American media.
And then he made some controversial.
Hold on, Jack. Hold on, Jack. Hold on, Jack.
You got plenty of time.
Jack, you're not on a time limit, Jack. Just relax. Jack, you're not on a time limit. Just relax.
90 seconds.
Some facts. You know what I mean? U.S. media, this podcast specifically said, fuck the BBC. Tyson should just come to America and get a U.S. license. He will get one. Those were my specific words. Because
the governing bodies that stripped him are not UK governing bodies. The WBC, everybody else that stripped him of the belts, they're not UK bodies.
Champ. They didn't strip him for his words. Jack, that's false.
Whoa. Now, didn't Fury have some things? Well, some questionable remarks about gays.
It doesn't matter, Mike. They did.
It does matter, man.
I know. Listen, what his remarks were.
Talk bad about gays. You want to?
Listen. We all can't talk. What I'm saying, because that's the second time you said something that gets look like I'm disrespecting Harold Letterman. Now I'm disrespecting gays. No, I'm saying it don't matter the comments that he made. The facts is, until you show me an article that says the sanctioning body stripped him for his comments, everything this man is saying is irrelevant, because last I checked, he was stripped for cocaine. He was stripped for testing positive. Okay? And he was stripped for the IBF for not wanting to fight is mandatory. Not for
Jack has said nothing about the man being stripped. He said the man being shunned by the British public.
No. He said, last I checked, Nesta, the sanctioning bodies are
10 seconds
from the UK. So he did try to slip it in there. He did try to slip it in there. Go ahead, Jack. Your lying ass.
So whatever. Listen, the point is
whatever.
Wilder is going to do what Wilder does. Listen to me. Wilder is going to do what Wilder does. If he wants to talk about catching the body, that's fine. But the responsibility of the networks, for him to go on a network and to be unchallenged, for him to say, I want to catch a body, after this person goes around to schools to try and talk like he's a role model, for him to say he wants to legally kill someone, he can get paid to legally kill someone, for that to be talked about on our show and every other show as if this is normal. At the end of the day, other fighters have said worse. We're condoning stupidity. And that's what we should not do as a public, as a people. You can't say Tyson Fury is terrible because he spoke about gays. Hang on, but he spoke about gays. So that's unacceptable to you. But someone talking about wanting to kill another human being and wanting to do it legally, you're telling me that that's not unacceptable and we should just brush it off because he's a gladiator and it's nonsense. He spoke to children on Showtime's show as a role model. If one of those children went onto social media and they Googled his name, so it was trending, and they saw, Tyson, Deontay Wilder wants to catch a body. How do you explain that to your children? This is the guy that just spoke in their school. We have a responsibility to be responsible. It's unacceptable for us to come and like, this is just building up the fight, it's selling the fight. Go ahead, I know Wilder does great things, and he's he's going to do what he wants to do, but we have a responsibility not to find things like that acceptable. It's not about being sensitive.
So wait a minute. So he's supposed to do what? Because at any given moment he could be Pritchard Colon.
Let me tell you what he's supposed to do. He's supposed to do what he wants to do. But let me ask you this.
I'm not done. I'm not done though. You've never been in the ring, and that's the issue. A guy is coming at you. If you think that guy that's coming at you is coming at you not to kill you, talk to the people that have suffered severe trauma after boxing. Magdomed and Mike Perez, Pritchard Colon, and this guy that's about to fight again after 2 years.
Wilder's been on your show.
What's the
Wilder's
guy
been
name?
on your show, giving his condolences to Donna Stevenson's family, etc. And he's been on other shows saying he thought he caught the body in Spilka. That he thought that was the body that he caught, but it didn't. So maybe next time he can try and catch a body. You guys are acting like he's doing it just because he's fighting someone he doesn't like. He says it all the time. Wilder's going to be Wilder, but how do you reconcile the person that says condolences to Donna Stevenson and his family? I hope that they know that anybody that steps in the ring is putting their lives on the line, to someone that says, I want to legally kill someone. Come on. Come on.
No one's
you can't condone this. You can't condone this.
Condoning. If you listen to the show yesterday, then you
no one is condoning it. You're just shouting that we are. So
you are condoning it by laughing it off, by saying that Wilder's just going to... one last question. Let me ask you this.
Jack, no, you can't ask me anything before you give me the exact example where I laughed it off, motherfucker. Another lie?
The whole show you did yesterday, you're allowing people like H Money to come on and talk rubbish.
It's the voice of the people. They get a call, bro.
You sound like a very butthurt person. Am I supposed to cut him off? I'm not supposed to let him get his opinion the same way I'm letting you get the counter rebuttal opinion to his? You sound like a fool, bruh. You sound like a fool. Everyone gets the same platform you get. So H Money shouldn't because you don't like his opinion? You're censoring. That's what you're doing. You want to control. Same thing that the UK
that's cool
does.
over in the UK,
exactly.
But America.
He is, listen, he's institutionalized by the UK. That's how they raised him.
Speech over here, homie.
That's how they raised him. Over here is freedom of speech.
Freedom of speech has got nothing to do with this. The WBC...
It has everything to do with it. It has everything to do with it. It has everything to do with it.
When I come off, you can say whatever you want to say. The WBC...
The WBC doesn't have a right to do anything.
Why don't you want me to say
that? The WBC don't got a right to do anything because guess what? This is the sport where it's legal. Where if that happened, he wouldn't have any legal ramifications. So the WBC can't say shit that's within the rules. It's within the rules. He wants the WBC to act like the BBC. Oh no, my champion, that doesn't sound right, even though that's part of the rules.
They do have a code of conduct coming up next year.
Okay, but a code of conduct, how you going to tell a dude don't talk about what could happen in the ring to you and another person? Are they going to ban killing? How are they going to do that? How can they stop the man's punches?
Again, like I said, we had a conversation a long time ago about this, and like I said, I don't necessarily agree with what he said or how he said, but in the sport of boxing, man, you got to face the facts that these guys are trying to hit each other in the head with everything that they got.
Everything.
Now, broadcasting that you want a body is not a very smart thing because I feel like it kind of alienates some of your fan base when you do that, but. At the same time, man, he's a grown man. He can't tell a grown man what to say. But the WBC might have a reason to weigh in next year with their new code of conduct policy.
R&V, talk to me.
Jack, you could tell the difference how they have speech problems over there, and actually in the UK, you can actually for saying certain things, they actually could take like. Privilege away. It's not like America where freedom of speech is freedom of speech. They have a lot of what they call that damn laws where they just control how you talk. And you got to remember censorship. Wilder is not going down the road of being PC. He's doing his own thing. He always says, "I'm doing my own thing." So having Hublot and having a Twix commercial is not what he's trying to be. He always says he ain't trying to do that. He's comfortable in Alabama, getting his boxing money and getting his money off his T-shirts and whatever he's selling, his peanuts or whatever he's selling. But he ain't trying to be the next Snickers commercial man. So you trying to threaten him with that and taking away sponsorships? He doesn't give a fuck. Like what you don't realize, for him to say that at the Breakfast Club and then go on ESPN and say that again, that means he don't care. So what you gonna do? You gonna stop watching Deontay? Jack, matter of fact, since you are so disgusted with what he says, don't support it. Don't watch him.
No, but RMV, this is what my argument yesterday. This is exactly what's gonna happen. Jack has to turn to his champion now and say, beat this guy, because look at him. He's unworthy of being a champion. Look at what he's saying. Someone needs to shut him up. But can they? Can they?
He already showed he can't move his face. So now Deontay, and this will be honest with you, Jack, and everybody in the chat, they act like they want. UK guys, when they saw Deontay the other day on the first spawn, shook. Don't get it twisted. They may talk gully on there, but they was shook. So you think Joshua don't see how big his fucking ass got? And if Deontay start going to the body and going to the head and start doing combinations on top of that power, stop. I ain't worried about it.
Man, what the fuck is that?
Cut it.
We got Javier on the boom. Maybe his first call. I don't know.
Man, that's Javier. Javier already had 2 calls, didn't he?
Nah, yeah.
I had one.
Okay.
Go ahead.
Hey, man, give me that Jack is the truth time, because Jack get 5-10 minutes every time he call.
Jake made this mad, man.
Are you in the field, dog? Jack
I got an interview out.
Man,
anyways,
dog. Jack put hours in the field with the UK.
I got an interview out.
I got hours of calls on this show.
You got an hour. You got hours of pictures with Deontay, is what we heard when you went to cover him.
Hey, you a hater. Let me get to what I was going to say. Hey, I just want to say, I have heard people ask fighters. Fighters have literally said before, not Deontay, other fighters say, I can't care about the other man's life, because if I care about his life, he's not gonna give a fuck about mine. So that means my life is in danger.
So you just gonna come in here and just say some fighter said this without saying a name,
bruh? So you ain't all right. So you
okay? Javier is the truth. Javier is the truth too, just like Jack. You and Jack come on here just saying bullshit.
Man, stop cutting me off.
I did the same thing I did to Jack.
Give me my respect.
I did the same thing I did to Jack. When y'all say lies, I'm gonna stop you.
I'm not lying though. I'm not lying. So you think?
So just give me the name of the fighter that said that.
I'm gonna ask you a simple question. And you tell me if I'm right or wrong. So do you think when somebody's in the ring, he is taking any power off his punches because he's thinking about the other man's life? I want you to answer that question.
Absolutely not.
All right.
I don't think so.
So in that case, that means I don't give a fuck what happened to this man.
Well, that's your translation, though. Just because
a translation, it's the truth.
I don't know. We just can't put words in people's mouth, though.
Yeah, bro. You can't say I don't give a fuck what happened to that man.
I mean, Dominic Breazeale is not happy with what's being said. He thinks it's stupid.
At the end of the day, it is a sporting competition.
Yeah, you would think it's stupid too if niggas ain't finna kill you. Yeah, it's stupid to me too. If I'm the one who finna get these hands, but I'm telling you, Dominic Breazeale is not gonna take any power off his punches when he hit Wilder. He doesn't. When he hits Wilder, he is not going to care what happens to him while he's in the fight.
Yo,
because that other man.
They in the chat talking about, give the name of the fighter that said that.
I'll find it for you and I'll send it to you. I got you. But all I'm telling you is, no man is getting in that ring thinking, "Hey, I don't think I'm gonna hit this man as hard as I can. I'm gonna take a little bit off so his life can be spared." When the other man across the ring is hitting you as hard as he can, you're gonna hit him as hard as he can. And if it results in him dying, it just results in him dying. That's the facts of the situation. You're not gonna take any power or any steam off your punch thinking about the next man. Am I right or wrong?
You right, I guess. If that's what you want to hear. Cut it. Sense Money. Sense Money. It ain't on you. My bad.
Hey, y'all better quit trying to cover my nigga Edge Money name. You know what I'm saying? Sense Money.
There's a lot of things I like to do, so just try to get on my game. I don't know why they gonna call me for trouble. I'm a 54-pounder. But I have a brother that's at 160.
Yo, I just want to address one thing that Jack said, man. He said that it wasn't racial, the fact that the word thug just so happened to be brought up. But just to counter that, man, like, you know, through the history of the sport, you know, you got McGregor, this combat sport.
You got Billy Ho Saunders running around throwing chicken, running around in a fancy restaurant, acting as if he was a thug. You know what I mean? But that word doesn't get brought up when it comes to another race. So Jack, you can't come on and say that it's not racial. That word just so happened to be brought up because the man actually said something instead of actually doing something. Like, you know, it's crazy the fact that that word never gets brought up when it's the other race. So you can't say it's not racial. But anyway, man, dealing with what he said, things like that, man. All fighters think it, and I think that's what the last caller was trying to say. I think Javi. All fighters think it. Like, look, some of them say it. Like, look, he's coming in to hurt me, I'm gonna hurt him. You know what I mean? He's coming in to kill me, I'm gonna kill him. You know what I mean? They don't necessarily say that, but I guarantee you, they thinking it in the back of their mind. You know what I mean? And a lot of fighters do say that.
Cut it. And use your boomerang status, JD. That's a fighter, okay? He's a pro, former fighter. He's fought big names in the sport, and he's telling you. But again, like I said when I was arguing with Jack, motherfucker ain't never been in the ring. Nigga scared to sign up the border wars. He just a talker from the sidelines. Rod in the 870.
What's going on, Rod?
Hey, what's up? What's up, man? I wasn't gonna call in, but I gotta address niggas, motherfuckers like Jack. They always calling in from the UK and from these majority white states telling black people not to make shit racial. When we sit here and listen to Conor McGregor tell Rafael Andos that he's going to fucking cut his head off and rape his women like his ancestor used to do back in the day when they was conquering motherfuckers, and people just laugh and say, oh, Conor McGregor is such a great talker. Or when we watch motherfuckers like Barry Hearn sit there and say, hey, we used to treat fighters like slaves. How many lives you think he impacted because he treated them like slaves, sent them out there, got their head fucking banged in, and they didn't make the money they were supposed to make, and then their families and everything are fucked up when they gone or when they can't work anymore? How many families do you think he affected? I didn't hear Jack the Truth call in and say some shit about Barry Hearn. Deontay Wilder said what he said. I didn't always like it, but I get it. He's a fighter. He's trying to sell a fight. And we in America, we watch black and Hispanic men get killed every day unarmed. I don't see those people that's verified on Twitter going on there calling out the fucking police officers. I don't see them calling out shit. The only thing they do is sit back and shut their fucking mouth. But Deontay say one fucking word about, hey, I'm in a boxing match where we trying to take each other head off. I want to catch a body. Now he the worst fucking thing in the world because he a black man and he a thug. But they'll watch a black man get shot in the street and you ask them about it and say, oh, well, maybe he should have laid down and not moved. It's bullshit. Don't tell us what's racist in fucking America.
Wait, fuck up, maybe he shouldn't been selling them loose cigarettes or some dumb shit like that.
Yeah, man. It's a lot of shit, bro. It's a lot of shit, like, you know.
And I'll be remiss if I didn't. Jack, when Barry Hearn said that shit, Jack and Em were one of the first guys in the chat that were talking about it, that were disgusted by what Barry Hearn said.
Yeah,
so.
But he wasn't this disgusted. He ain't asked us to do a show. He got like 3 days talking about do a show on Wilder shit and that we should be upset and that, oh, you guys are protecting Wilder. He ain't do a show on that. Jack, did you? Robert Bonilla, you up? Robert, you up? Going once, just listening. Usually you are. We're going to B. Paulie, Super Chat King. Talk to me.
What's going on, B. Paulie?
Who's here? What happened?
Yo, you can hear me?
We hear you.
Yo.
We got you, Paulie.
Oh, what up, though? You can hear me now?
Yes, sir.
Oh, what up, Ness, man? What up, Mike? What's good, man? Chilling. Hey, look. You dudes from the UK can't speak on racial politics, man. I mean, they can speak on it, but they don't be knowing what they talking about. I'm from here. We from here. We know how it is. We know what time it is. The thing is, a lot of y'all UK brothers, y'all want to live in that illusion of inclusion and act like this shit ain't what it is. That's why you was disgusted by when you heard Barry Hearn. I like that shit. Just be honest. Just like Deontay Wilder said, be honest. We used to them type of people down south that just say how it is. It ain't
That's
nothing.
damn
See,
right.
y'all want to get. Y'all rather hear the pretty lie than the ugly truth. That's what's wrong with y'all. Y'all delusional. And part of that ugly truth is that, yeah, sometime a motherfucker might catch a body. It just is what it is. Y'all just got to accept reality. He not saying that every single fight, every single time. But even if so, oh well. And y'all got guilty conscience because y'all act like y'all don't watch it to see people get hurt. You know what I'm saying? So that's like y'all conscience eating at y'all because
Like we
y'all
not
want to
more
see motherfuckers
excited.
get hurt.
Like we don't get more excited when
Yeah,
it's a
like you don't get
devastating
more excited
KO.
yeah, when you start seeing blood, y'all know y'all like that shit. We just gotta
Terrible,
accept and
man.
keep it real. But that, you know what I'm saying? That's all I'm saying. Keep it
Me,
real, y'all. Hey, dudes, fall back on the black politics on America because y'all don't know nothing. Y'all experience different from ours. Y'all used to living in denial and accepting that bullshit. Y'all want to be lied to. We can keep it real over here. Y'all want to be lied to. But shout out to TBV, man. This is super chat chant. Jack is the truth. I still fuck with you. Just a difference in perspective, my dudes. Peace out.
Shout
peace,
out Big Polly, man. Great call, brother.
bruh.
Great
And
call.
I ain't even gonna speak on MMA because I don't know. But just to me, it just seems like that sport will end up with a fatality sooner than this one. That
Depends.
them dude, yo, bruh. I've seen shit on Instagram with niggas forehead caved in, bruh.
Yeah, nigga. Michael Venom Page
Come on,
did
bruh.
it to a nigga a couple years back.
With a knee,
Yeah, MVP got fucked up.
with a
He got
Yeah, he
fucked
got
flying
up.
fucked up
knee,
the other day though.
bruh.
Yeah,
My
he
bad.
did. Yeah, he did.
Flying knee and shit. Sense money. Talk to me, Skype.
What's going on with Sense Money? Yeah, talking to you, man. Sense
Sense
Money.
money.
If you ain't talking, we talking to you.
All right, you
Yo,
unmuted. Yeah, we hear you. Just gotta
can you
talk.
hear me?
Yes,
What's going
yes.
on? What's going on, boys?
And turn your volume down a little bit, man.
Yeah, you
Take your
hot.
mouth off the phone.
Yeah, you coming in hot. Coming in hot.
Yeah, I got a few questions I want to ask you guys, man. What's going on?
What up?
Yeah, what do you think of this WBS tournament, man? Forget about that Wilder stuff. I'll talk about that after.
What, the Ivan Bronchek Josh Taylor fight?
Yeah,
I
I
mean,
had no publicity on that, man.
it's on the World Boxer Super Series. They ain't doing no promotion.
Yeah, we'll be breaking it down tonight
Who you
on
got
the.
winning, though, man? Who you got winning?
You'll find out tonight on the flagship program. Tune in at 7.
Yeah, this one ain't even Josh Kelly. This is Taylor. He's the one to beat Postal, right?
Yeah, it'd be Postal and be
Yeah, the one that
Ohio
beat
Davis.
Postal.
I gotta go watch that fight. I ain't even watched him fight Postal, I don't think.
But yeah, the Wilder and Brazil fight. Boy, hope there is a body in it. Just hope there is.
All right.
There you go.
That's what I'm looking for that body, bro. I'm supporting Wilder with that. Catch a body in the ring, man. I'm not against it at all.
These guys, what are you doing playing with kids, my nigga? What's
All
going
right,
on,
brother.
man?
Well, thanks for calling in and giving us your opinion so that Jack can see that even in the UK, they're looking for bodies in the ring. We got some super
And
chats.
shout out, I was gonna say big ups to my guy Ams. He will be at the Josh Taylor and Ivan Brantrick fight. He got floor seat, so he's going out there to support his guy Josh Taylor. He thinks he's going to win the World Boxing Super Series over Regis. We still got a $50 bet that Regis will be the guy when the dust all settles.
For sure. Robert, ready on Skype. Talk to me.
Yo. Good morning, fellas. Good morning.
Good morning.
All right, man. Shit, it's crazy listening. I learned a lot though. Listening to the perspectives from both sides of it. I mean, the social state of the United States is not the same as the UK. It's crazy out here. You know what I mean? It is a racial thing. I grew up Latino male myself. You know what I mean? Running the streets and doing stupid shit until I grew up. But man, he's speaking on what a lot of fighters think. And just because he's real, I mean, it's not socially acceptable to say what he said. But at the same time, you got to understand where these fighters come from. If you ain't never been in that ring, if you have never felt that across from you, I mean, you really can't speak on it unless you've been in it. But it's just this. There's a social difference between the two, and it's becoming more and more evident. I mean, I agree 100% that those are some things that the kids shouldn't be hearing, of course. But I mean, that's the reality of the United States of America out here. That's what we live in every fucking day. Every day is racist. People getting killed. That's just what we live in. It's just one of those things. Yeah, should it be said in public where the kids can hear it? Nah, but it's just that's just reality. He's real. You're not going to stop him from saying what he's going to say. So I mean, respect the man or hate the man, but he's going to be who he is. You know what I mean? That's all I got, brother.
I gotta do this, man. And I really hate to do it, but I gotta do it, man. Mike love the kids, but y'all like nigga. Kids don't hear worse shit than that. Like the music that we listen to, some of the fucking TV shows we watch, some of the parents we have. Let's just be real. I grew up in the inner city. I'm used to doing bad shit as a youth.
All day.
Getting into stuff that I'm not supposed to be getting into.
All day.
Hearing the man say that he want to knock somebody out in the ring and possibly cause a body, that was light when I was a youth, bro. That didn't make the motherfucking 5 o'clock news, you know what I'm saying? So it is what it is. I understand Deontay Wilder, he's a celebrity, he's a star, he's that guy that people look up to. At the same time, I heard niggas say a lot worse shit, bro, and I've seen a lot worse shit when I was a kid. Just saying.
Totally agree, man. Totally agree. This will all become more real if it does happen. Then I think people would change their opinions, and it would become a sad event and a tragic event. But,
hey, hold on. Let me ask you a question, Roy Graham. No, not Roy Graham, but Lucas Moura.
Bums questions, man. If they ain't calling in, Mike, don't let them feed
I understand. No. He said it puts a bad shine on the sport of boxing. So you telling me drug cheating don't put a bad shine on the sport of boxing? You telling me fucked up judging don't put a bad light on the sport of boxing? You tell me rinky dink ass promoters who fucking steal from their fighters don't put a fucking bad light on the sport of boxing?
Pimping women. I mean, what happened with Adonis? Like, come on, man. Boxing isn't Wall Street. Boxing is for the inner city, bro. It is for it's your last resort. Like Deontay Wilder was a IHOP Budweiser worker. It's your last resort sport. Like, what don't y'all get, man? This ain't no Ivy League, go to college, become a boxer sport. That ain't how it is over here. Like,
let's do this right here with these right here, bro.
People just
these
crazy.
What you use
again,
right here,
man,
your 2 hands.
I told you, bro, if they ain't been in the ring, that's how it's going to sound to them because they don't know. They ain't never been across from someone trying to take that head off. Brandon in Cincinnati, talk to me.
Hey, what's going on, TBV, man? This is a great topic, great call. As far as who was that? Jack, I love the passion, and I agree with him a lot. You know, I premised those same statements when I called him yesterday. I just want him to know, really, he should just take what Deontay is saying with a grain of salt. He don't really mean that in a literal sense, and I tried to say that yesterday. I don't, take it too seriously. I know he don't really mean it. So, he should take it with a grain of salt because at the end of the day, after they done fighting, Breazeale and Deontay, they going to hug and shake hands and all that talk going to go out the window. Same with Lennox and Mike. Mike wanted to eat Lennox's children and kill him. And once he got his ass kicked.
Maybe, though, because remember after the Julian Williams and Charlo fight, Charlo pushed his ass. Like, get the fuck out of here. You ain't respect me then, don't respect me now.
Yeah, that's true.
Sometimes, this sport is personal. That's what I'm saying. And they got mad at Charlo for acting like that. It's like, bruh, you talking shit to me every single day, and now all of a sudden you want me to hug and kiss you? No, I'm trying to take your head off. Like, especially, y'all didn't think these statements were going to come out when this man risked everything. He risked the WBC, Jack. He risked his fortune. They went at each other in the public. This could have been a legal charge, you know what I'm saying? And it didn't. So there's animosity here. To take these words and, condemn them for them, even though I get it. This ain't the first time, Mike. This ain't the first time. T Plums on Skype, talk to me. T Plums.
Give me a couple. Give me like 10 seconds.
All right.
No problem. Yeah.
Idris on Skype. My bad, Mike. Idris in the UK.
What's going on, Idris?
Yo, what's happening, man? Long time, man. Can you hear me?
We hear you.
Let me just speak on what this thing Wilder said, man.
me personally, yeah, I'm not gonna lie, I love to hear that kind of shit. You know what I'm trying to say? It's a sport of boxing. Like, what kind of sport is it where man is going in there risking his life? So you're allowed to go in there and literally bother me. I can't even talk about. I can't even speak my mind. Like, do you know what I'm trying to say?
Absolutely.
We shouldn't be able to tell people what they can and cannot say, because for 12 whole rounds, they're the ones in there putting their life in danger. Why are the words of me wanting to do this to you worse than the action? Because if Wilder goes in there and kills Breazeale with a punch, yeah, there's no blood on his hands. Where's the blood? Is he going to jail? What's going to happen to him? His words didn't kill him. His words didn't kill him. It's a fatal blow that's legal. The blood's on everyone's hands except him. It's on the hands of the referee, the trainer, the commission, the Dominic Breazeale's trainer, everyone but Wilder. You know what I'm trying to say? So why are you condemning people from saying things? It's just their words. Like, when has words ever killed anyone? He's going to go in there. Dominic Breazeale can go in there and kill him. You know what I'm trying to say? This is being blown way out of proportion. I want to hear this shit all the time. Just keep talking smack. I know people are saying people have died. No words has ever killed anybody.
Don't say that.
You know what I'm trying to say?
Don't say that.
Simple as that.
What? Words
What do you mean
kill
don't say
someone?
that?
Yeah, words.
What
You mean people that
I'm talking about in the ring.
harm
No
themselves?
one's.
Oh, yeah. Okay,
Listen.
okay. In the ring, okay.
Listen, how many people have been paralyzed in the ring from words? You know what I'm trying to say? So why can't you say any of these things?
All right, Idris, thanks for calling in. Listen,
I seen words get niggas knocked out all the time.
to those in the chat, listen, if you speak about any of the callers, you will be timed out. Depending on what you say, we're just gonna have to block you, because you can't take shots at a person that's courageous enough to call into the show.
Yeah, but nah.
I don't want to hear that. I don't want to hear.
It's a live chat and they're reacting to.
Hear. Maybe they at work. Maybe they can't call in. Find the time. Find the time.
I feel you, but man, it's a
You can't
it's
take
a reaction
shots at another
though, bro.
caller. You can't take
Some of
shots
these
at another
callers,
caller. You
some
can't
of
take
these
shots at
callers
another caller, especially not
make
in the
the
manner that they do if they're not courageous enough to call in. It takes courage to call in.
But some of these callers may draw a reaction out of somebody in the chat, and they feel like they got to type, and now you're saying that you don't want that interaction.
Well,
no
I'm
more?
just doing what the BBSC does. I'm censoring. They should be used to it. T Plums, talk to me.
What up, fellas? What up? So, basically, I feel like everybody taking this thing way out of proportion. I mean, even if he want to kill somebody, then this is the sport where you allowed to do that. I know it's a sad situation, and we kind of get a little insensitive to it. But if that's what he got to tell us, if that's the mindset he got to put himself in to fight his best, then I mean, to hell with it. I mean, that's what he got to do. That's what he got to tell himself. That's what he got to strive for if he want to win the fight. So, and people seem to forget, like, Wilder's claims that Dominic Breazeale threatened to kill his family and all that stuff. That's where all this animosity coming from. So, I mean...
Yeah, that's the thing. You see, Breazeale said what he said. He hasn't repeated it, and Wilder's the louder man, so all the attention is on him and what he's saying. So, you know, what got him here, the action that caused his reaction is forgotten.
Exactly, and it's like, oh, now everybody feel like, oh, Dominic Breazeale, he's such a better man. He's such a... Man, shut the hell up with all that bull crap. But you know what I'm saying? It's like, well, people gonna find a way to hate on Wilder regardless. But I mean, worse has been said. So you know what I mean? If it happens, then he's allowed. How can you legally allow somebody to do something, but you get mad when they say, okay, this is what I'm going to try to do? You know what I mean? If boxing, you're legally allowed to do that. So we can't punish the words about it, but actually condone the actions for it. You know what I'm saying? If we allow somebody to actually die in the ring, then we can't be mad at somebody saying, oh, I'm going to try to kill him in the ring.
That's sure, man. Thanks for calling in. So I got a new rule too, Mike. If you talking shit in the chat and you ain't got an avatar, you definitely getting timed out.
No avatar get your time out too?
Nah, hell yeah. If you ain't take the time to, like, I took the time on my TBV account, on my Nest to get, like, I took the time because I'm real. And I plan on using it. Like, I even wrote an about, you know what I mean?
You wrote an about?
Yeah, like, I'm not like, oh, so you just got no avatar and you talking shit about my callers.
Hey, my nigga, I wrote it about.
I got it about. Like, yeah, listen, at least, you know what I mean?
I can understand it about for the boxing voice, but there'll be you right one for finesse to give.
I don't even know. I don't even know if I have one finesse to give because that ended up being a backup channel. But nah, man, you got to keep the gun on these dudes. Come on, you need to take the time to get a fucking avatar. You just running around here with a pink icon, but you a man. Beat it.
And speaking of that backup channel, man, go ahead and head over to Nesta Gibbs on YouTube and go ahead and sign up to that backup channel. Never know when we might need it, might use it. You know what I'm saying? We got a lot of different videos that we're playing Nest, putting shit together. So never know when somebody might get mad and say, hey, fuck Nest. Faggot shit. But follow us.
I did them. Yo, the gym that we do on Border Wars, just let me know. If we wanted, we could let people come. He's so excited, you know what I mean? And he's like, we could get chairs and all that. So I haven't even ran it across anybody except Jose. Jose's shutting the idea down, but we'll talk about it on Border Wars show Saturday.
Come on, Jose. Have people there, nigga. Making a real atmosphere. Yeah. Have them yelling. Yeah. Have them screaming.
Yeah.
Have you out nervous in the ring. You know what I'm saying? I'm a little added more pressure in that motherfucker. Somebody see you get knocked out, it is what it is.
Yeah. No avatars. I see you. Snipe. Pew, pew. Snipe. Pew, pew. That's the sound of the
hey, Jack said bring him back on, man. He want to address some racial shit.
Jack, talk so Javier can get mad and say that I love you more than him.
Yeah, real quick. Of course you do. Everyone loves me more than Javier. Javier is a clown. Anyway, the race thing wasn't to say that it happened. I'm saying that if Wilder did something that was silly, and he gets called a thug because it was silly, it's the consequences of his action, not his color. I brought up Fury to say that he suffered the consequences of his actions.
But Fury wasn't called a thug. But he wasn't called a thug.
But whether if a black person called him a thug or what's it called, you guys wouldn't bat an eyelid to it. I'm saying you guys got sensitive about race. But the point is, the people that called him a thug were sensitive about what he said. So if you're saying that he's allowed freedom of speech, if you're saying he's allowed freedom of speech, then they are too. So if they're saying that that is thuggish behavior, and if a black person said that, you guys wouldn't call it rape.
Bro, I ain't heard a black person in my life say thuggish behavior.
Okay.
I don't think I ever heard that.
Everybody's getting sensitive saying that I don't understand race.
Just be honest with you. Maybe Bone Thugs and like Harmony.
I hear you, but that was an example of people getting sensitive because they thought I was saying is different from black people. Don't make it about race. If you're sensitive to that, then allow me to be sensitive about a guy acting in a way that does not shine any light on the sport of boxing that we've all come to love. That's what I'm saying. Be fair, be consistent. It's nothing to do with race, but they're sensitive about me bringing up race. A black person got called a thug, a white person got called an idiot for both doing the same things. So it's not about race.
So now you're equating thug to idiot.
He got called much more than an idiot. Trust me. I'm saying that stupidity is what got called out. Instead of us to condone the behavior,
yes, but stupidity has nothing to do with the word that you use, brother, or the word that's being used.
Ness, your platform you can do what you want, but I'm saying instead of you to criticize the behavior, you're criticizing the response to the behavior, and that's not on. That to me is not freedom of speech. It's not you are essentially condoning what he's doing.
Listen to me. Thug, a violent person, especially a criminal.
Yep.
Okay.
So what's somebody that kills somebody?
A hoodlum. No. Again, Jack, you can't say what is a person that kills somebody when it's within the sport, bruh. Like, I gotta let you go, man. I ain't got time for your ass, man. Peace.
That shit is stupid,
That's GTO, Instagram,
That's
and
not
Twitter.
Criminal.
Yeah, fucking dude's retarded, bro.
Follow me on IG at Gross1911, on Twitter at Gross2312.
Look at this motherfucker. Yo, you disrespectful, bruh. The meaning of thug. Thug means violent criminal or a person struggling to make something of their life. So you know. Thug means violent criminal. What the fuck? Is Deontay struggling? Is he a violent criminal? Get your bum ass out of here.
Not the one I've seen. He got a nice dick.
No. Deontay just has thuggish ways. Fucking UK weird ass,
man. Thuggish behavior.
I finally used it.
Bruh. But look, man, follow me on IG at
Dog, his
Gross1911.
behavior, yo, where he comes from.
I
Oh
don't
shit!
know,
Wait.
man.
I think we got a super chat because we've been.
Yeah,
fucking up.
we do got.
We've been
we got
fucking
three
up.
of
We've
them.
been fucking up. Fucking Jack
got
always
one from,
upsetting somebody with his dumb shit.
Jonathan Sims. So you mad at Wilder and not Barry Hearn? Jack is a lie.
Meanwhile, he came back. He didn't address that at all. He stood quiet about that.
Oh yeah, he did.
You know, because he probably interviewed Barry, didn't he? He ain't even say nothing.
We got another one from Sal M.
What? What'd you say?
I'm still here. Let's talk about Barry Hearn. What do you want to know?
I don't know. You tell us.
Tell us, man.
Why weren't you appalled?
I was in
Why
the
weren't
chat
you
from
mad
day. I
at
said that
Dillian
he
White,
was
who just
stupid for saying
shrugged it
what he
off?
said.
Why weren't you mad at Dillian White, who shrugged it off in his face?
I was mad at Dillian White for shrugging it off.
Why didn't you ask
Pay
us to do a
attention.
show? Why didn't you contact me personally like you contacted me personally outside of the chat for this show?
Why you were already doing a show about it? I don't need to contact you to do it. You're the one that was
You ain't want to talk about Barry.
show or not.
You ain't want to talk about Barry.
You want to do a poll to see whether we can talk about this. Go to sleep somewhere.
Yeah, a poll. How am I biased if I'd rather do a poll? That's letting the public.
Did you do
pick.
a poll about Dillian White? You did the show because it was what was.
No, we didn't.
It was what was being discussed. You didn't do a poll on whether to talk about Barry.
Sky doesn't even. You don't. Obviously, this call's not two-way. You don't hear on your Skype. Maybe you need to plug your earphones in. But again, you're lying. We need to strip this name from him. You just heard him. He said, "Oh, when we did the show on Dillian White." So you're telling me that we did a show on Dillian White, not reacting to Barry Hearn's comments?
If we did, I don't remember.
Exactly. No. And I was going to ask you, Mike, since you make all the titles, what's the title of it?
I mean,
this motherfucker just lies. To bring him back on, to allow him to lie, is for sheer entertainment. It's not for him to prove anything. This is the third time he's spoken, and the third lie he tries to slide in. You're just not credible, brother.
I'm not sliding in any lies. There's no lies. There's all facts.
So what show did we do? What show did we do? And what show did you ask me to do addressing Barry Hearn?
I didn't need to do a show because you were doing the show already. Think about what I'm saying. It's what
we ain't do a Barry Hearn
You're doing the show
bro.
already, so I don't need to suggest it.
I gotta go, man. I gotta go.
Whoa.
Masterminds and boomerangs pay a lot of money for that shit, and you wasting the value that I'm giving you with nonsense, lies.
We got a super chat from Sal M. And the new 2 weeks out, 183 today, Team USA. And if y'all who don't know, that's Sal, you know what I'm saying? He's taking on Jose in Border Wars. And there's going to be some shit going down, man. These guys had a lot of I don't say bad blood, but a lot of shit talking been going on in the Border Wars chat. So excited to see those guys get it on. We got one from R&V, the ego voice. I don't know what that means. R&B, you got to explain yourself, brother. And we got one from Rod 870. Have you heard from Mario? He should explain himself.
Nah, man. Mario did explain himself by not showing up.
Hey, where the fucking the Wilder soundbite at?
Oh, I don't have it on the board, bro.
Okay. I read it then. Well, yeah, follow me on IG at Gross1911 or on Twitter at Gross2312. Catch us back later on the day for the Thursday flagship show. We'll be breaking down all this weekend's fights and bringing you the latest news from everywhere pretty much, you know what I'm saying, the whole boxing world. And also, if you want to go to Patreon, patreon.com/theboxingvoice and sign up, we will have our betting show tomorrow on Friday, trying to make some money, you know what I'm saying. There were a couple fights today that are at Fantasy Springs or some shit like that. So I got me a parlay in for the day, you know what I'm saying, just a little thing I was doing last night. So if you guys want that parlay, I might put it on Patreon later on, so you got to be on Patreon to sign up. Peace out.
Deuce.
I want a body on my podcast game.